Good morning, everyone. I hope it's going good for you. I'm going to turn to page 3, and we're doing a missionary associate living allowance. As you can see, a single person will have a $1,000 allowance, a couple gets $1,200, and a family gets $1,500. Of course, there's the cost of living that goes into the factor depending on what country you're going to, and there's a housing allowance, again, that's added to your income depending on where you're going, what kind of housing can be established for you, what kind you're going to have to pay, depending on what area of the world you're in. So everybody's personal allowance is going to be different, and that's where you're going to see your budget, and it probably has gotten with you. If they haven't yet, they're going to go over your budget and show how much you're going to get while you're living in whatever country you're going, and they probably have contacted your mentor or your area director to find out what kind of housing expenses. They also have a chart for the cost of living, how much more it costs to live probably in Europe and many of the other places of the world than it does in America. So that there will be an increase in your added to your allowance, as well as there's also a transportation allowance that's added, and then a $25 set fee for email or internet access goes into your allowance. Okay, we're looking at just a little sample of what the statement looks like. And as you can see on the statement, it'll say disperse, which is a short disbursement to missionary living allowance. And as you can see, we have it highlighted, is exactly what it's going to look like on your statement. And next to it for this person is $2,048. And below it are some deducts, and we take out the Social Security income tax right out of the allowance and set that aside in a class, and we send the taxes in for you on a quarterly basis, which Ed Leonard will do if you choose to have us send your taxes in and not have to worry about doing that yourself. Some people don't want us to take taxes out. That's something, a form you need to sign and have it returned to Ed, and then we don't take any taxes out of your, and when you want to make your tax payment, you can just say, please send that money to us, or it's all being sent to you every month, and then it's up to you to pay your taxes personally. But otherwise, when you're across seas and you've got taxable income coming to you every month, it's something you don't have to worry about. We're taking care of making those quarterly tax payments for your Social Security. And then there's an AGWM office expense that everybody pays. Basically, that's the run AGWM. Support of AGWM, and those are the two items that will come out of your living allowance. Okay, this is a sample of what the statement at the top. It's going to have Snoopy Brown, if that's your name, but it's going to have the name and address of where you're at. It's going to have your 7-digit account number. It's going to be MP, and we have. If you look at the manual, we've had numbered everything on this, and I'm going to go to the page that we actually have this in the manual so you can look at that as well. Page 4. And there's the whole AGWM statement, and we have everything numbered on the following pages so you can go along and figure out what every last thing on your statement means. Because that's the biggest thing that confuses people. I don't understand what this is saying to me. And so we've numbered everything so that you can get a grip on, because as Keith said, you've got to explain probably to your tax preparer what's going on your statement. So this manual probably will be something good for your tax preparer, something, or at least the pages in this little info area here that you could provide to them so they could understand when they're doing your taxes what this stuff means. It should show your country of assignment. So if you look at your statement and you see this isn't where you're supposed to be going somewhere in Eurasia and they got you going somewhere in Africa, you probably want to call in, okay, and say, I think I'm supposed to be going to, wherever, and everything is sensitive in Eurasia. I don't even want to say a word, and they got me going to Togo. So, just, be aware that everything is current on what it says about your status and what your assignment is so that we make sure it's correct.